I was scammed, a couple times. That same day that I closed the 7.5K deal, 3 hours earlier, I closed a 7K deal. So that was a $14,500
That's fucking
day.
okay.
Send me
What
the
would
fucking
you?
payment link.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, true. I remember.
Yeah, Tai Lopez and Iman Ghazi and the stuff that, for example, you have in YouTube provides huge amounts of value. And so when people look at that, it's like, imagine the paid stuff.
So today we're here on a new client interview. Today we're here with Ricardo. Ricardo, my man, I appreciate that you took the time
My
to be
pleasure.
here today.
My
This
pleasure.
guy was stuck for months and months and months and scaled actually to $20,000 a month last month. Ricardo, do you want to do a little introduction?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who don't know me, I'm Riccardo. I come from Italy. I started my agency back in October, and the first couple months were obviously a bit rough, right? It was my real first agency experience,
Yes.
right? Because before that, I was in network marketing. So I never really had that experience in selling and like managing the whole thing, like
In a
as an
specific
entrepreneur,
niche. Yeah.
right? Because when you have an agency, obviously you got a little bit of more things to think about
Yes.
compared to, a normal job or whatever, right? So yeah, I started the company, and as you said, I was struggling a little bit for the first couple months. Then obviously it comes with time, right? It comes with practice. But last month actually hit the biggest month, right? It was 20K, and the biggest deal that I closed as well
How much?
was a $7,500 deal collected,
Sick, bro.
all collected.
All up front.
Yeah, all up front.
Best clients always.
Yeah, exactly. Best clients pay up front.
7.5K deal is insane, but making $20,000 a month while struggling for months is even better. But the very important question, what did the situation look like when you started compared to now? So let's say Ricardo 3 months ago.
Absolutely. That's a good question. So I think in business, just like with anything in life, first of all, obviously you have to see it possible, right? So you have to believe it's possible. So that's the
Absolutely.
first thing.
Awareness.
And then obviously comes, training and putting the reps in, putting the work in. But really like how I felt before starting is I would kind of stuck in this loop where I would get hired into a 9-to-5 job, right? I used to work at a gym. I used to work at a parking lot. I used to work at an English school teaching English because obviously,
A lot of jobs.
yeah, the level of English in Italy is not the highest, right?
I understand. I know. I lived in
right?
Italy,
You
yeah.
lived in Italy, so you know. And obviously I was stuck in kind of like this never-ending loop where I would get
Yes.
hired and then get fired like 1 or 2 months later because, the boss would always see like that's something in me where I didn't want to be there, right? I didn't want to be there because I always wanted to do my own thing and I always wanted to have my own company, my own thing, and run my own thing, be free, right?
Exactly.
Just look for that freedom. And
Was that financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, like the specific thing you were always looking for?
yeah, I think starting from like 2017, 2018, when I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yes.
Obviously, like Tai Lopez and Iman Ghazi and
True,
those
all the
big gurus
guys.
are the ones that actually introduced me to this space. And then I kind of got lost for a couple years, right, where I was doing something else, and I didn't really feel like it was the right thing for me.
Yes.
Because I always wanted to be free. I didn't want to have nobody give me orders. And I really wanted to be able to build something valuable for other people and give something of value. In my case, it's with realtors, right? I work with realtors.
Yes.
And give something of value to people, something that they can get and actually use to make money, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of like what you do as well, right?
Finding a problem, providing a solution, and making sure that they get the benefit of that solution.
Exactly. And when you do that, I do feel like obviously you provide the most amount of value and you
Yes.
also go to sleep. You're very,
You're extremely
yeah,
fulfilled.
you're extremely fulfilled and you know that you're doing something that actually provides value, right? And when people, take the stuff that you teach and take the stuff that you provide and use it, you actually changing people's lives. And that's what's
Absolutely.
really important, in my opinion, because nowadays there's a lot of stuff on the internet, right?
There's a lot.
Bunch, like so many, people trying to
Bullshit.
sell you something, people trying to teach you something. You got to be very careful who to trust, because obviously, I was scammed, a couple times. Paid $800, $1,000, $2,000, and then the stuff that was maybe inside what I bought was easily findable on YouTube, maybe.
Yes.
Right. And it's funny because actually the first time I found you was on YouTube, right? And I do feel like the stuff that, for example, you have in YouTube provides huge amounts of value. And so when people look at that, it's like, imagine the paid stuff, right?
Imagine what Yeah, exactly. It's about
Exactly.
providing a lot of value up front. That's what you do as well, right? Providing a lot of value up front and understanding, okay, how can I even provide more value? But in different ways as well, right? Not only information, like coaching, accountability, all
Yeah.
these types of things.
Yeah.
But it's always providing value in certain various ways. So what did you saw based on my YouTube channel that made you make the decision to work with me specifically?
Yeah. So that's a good question. So obviously, we started working together, what is it, like 6, 7 weeks ago, right?
True.
Yeah. And I think for me, it was obviously as I said, your YouTube channel like provided huge amounts of value.
Yes.
And at the same time, I do feel like entrepreneurs that are in the same situation that I was in, right? So stuck at that like $3,000 to $5,000 to $7,000 per month.
Like everybody.
Yeah, like everybody that starts an agency.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get past that without the right systems and without the right network as well, right? So with working with you, it wasn't just the systems, it wasn't just the technical stuff, but it was also a networking opportunity as well. And that's why we're here, right? And I do feel like the more hands you shake, the more money you make.
Absolutely.
Right? And so and that's a good point, because at the same time you have to be cautious, you have to be careful the people you surround yourself with, because there's a lot of snakes out there.
Very true.
Especially in the making money online industry, there's a lot of snakes out there, right? So obviously I do feel like I made the right choice, right? Otherwise I wouldn't be here.
What actions did you specifically take for you to be able to get to $20,000 a month so extremely fast? What did you do based on the information that you had, the coaching that you had from me? What did you do for you to be able to get to that point so fast? Because some people take maybe 6 weeks, other people take 8 weeks. Why did you do it so fast? How did you do that?
Right. Great question. You're right. Some people even take years to get to $20,000 a month, right? And they're maybe stuck in that loop.
They do.
I think the main thing is find someone that's already past the level you want to get at, right? So for example, you want to make $20,000 a month, you got to learn from someone that is making at least $40,000, $50,000 a month, right? So when you find that someone, it's not really that hard as it may seem, right?
It's awareness. It's like understanding.
Exactly.
What you want to look at, right?
You take that and you want to speed up the process. How do you speed up the process? You get mentors, right? Getting a mentor obviously isn't free, right? Information isn't free. There's a lot you can find on the internet.
Experience.
But if you want to go faster, you got to find the right mentor and
right
basically
action,
imitate
right
what they're
decisions.
doing. And
Exactly.
that's basically what Mike Tyson was doing with his trainer, right? And that's what sports people do with their trainers, right?
Absolutely.
And that's kind of, I think, the key to get to like $20,000, $30,000 a month so fast. At the same time, while you're doing that, you got to be able to understand that, first of all, you're blessed, right? You're privileged, because not everybody's making this amount of money. And at the same time, you also have to understand that the more value you provide to the marketplace, the more you're going to get paid, right?
The bigger problem you solve, the more money you make.
Exactly. So in my case, it's finding buyers and sellers for real estate agents. For some other people, it may be some other things. But if deep down in your heart, you know that what you're doing actually provides value, you just got to find the right way to communicate that, right?
Market.
And
Absolutely.
nowadays, with YouTube, Instagram, there's a bunch of things that you can use to communicate that, right? And if you find someone that is already doing that for his business, like you, right?
Yes.
You take what that someone is doing and you start imitating it for yourself.
You watch a lot of my
right?
YouTube videos, I can
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
That's good. What was your biggest day? You said 7.5, right?
Yeah,
The biggest
7.5. Actually, that same day
that's
that same day that I
insane,
closed the 7.5K deal, 3 hours earlier I closed the 7K deal. So that was a $14,500
That's fucking
day.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
that's insane, bro.
I wouldn't complain if every day was like that, but
Like,
we're working for it.
Of course, like you create consistency, right? And like leverage is important, consistency is important, and like you won't make the same days every single day.
Yeah,
You won't
no,
make 10K
absolutely,
days every day.
absolutely.
But you get to that point and like you got to look over the months of the money that you generate and then ultimately see, okay, what is the data that I have? How can I improve based on this
Yeah.
data and how can I become
Yeah,
more consistent?
absolutely. And at the end of the day, if you look at yourself in the mirror, you know you're doing the right things. You do feel like deep down in your heart,
That you do the right
you-
input, you
right.
get the right output.
and you feel like you're doing the right thing. Like for
Completely
example, for me, I would never go back to a 9 to 5, right? Even if in the future there may be a month where everything falls apart and I make $0 that month,
you know
still
you have the skills. You know you have
exactly.
the experience,
I know
you
I'm
have
never
the
gonna
knowledge.
starve again. because I know that what I can provide, even if real estate like disappears tomorrow,
You
right?
you have a foundation, right? If this
Yeah.
building here, this big, huge villa, we're in Greece right now.
Yeah.
We have 8 clients. It's fucking insane. If this villa is gonna be gone, the foundation is still there. So
Exactly.
you can build a new house.
Exactly. You
on
can
top
build
of
a new
it.
house on it, and
You,
that's the
you,
same
you
thing,
don't want to build a
right?
house on sand.
You can take the skills that you have, go and apply them to some other things, right? For example, for me, it may be like a fitness offer, right?
Whatever.
Right?
The fundamentals don't change. You know, the approach changes, but you have the fundamentals.
And then just keep going at it every single day.
Exactly. Coming down to that, what is your goal from now? What do you want to achieve from now? Let's say we work together in upcoming months. What is the specific result that you want to create for yourself?
So my goal for now is by September, I want the agency to be making at least $60,000 a month, right? At least $60,000 a month.
Minimum.
Minimum.
Bare minimum.
Exactly. I love talking to you because you're always,
Come on, bro.
always
You
set
can
the
do
bar high.
more,
You gotta
more.
set the bar high. Absolutely.
Of course. Why not? Like,
we can do that.
you're gonna be a little bit delusional.
Exactly. And the thing is, I want to get to a point where the agency is completely automated, right? So have a sales team in place, have service delivery in place, and
Yes.
everything is taken care of.
That's ultimately also the best model.
Yeah, so become kind of like a coach. And I don't want to do that just for like business.
Yes.
But I want to do that for kind of lifestyle, right? Because I used to weigh 66 kilos 1.5 years ago. Now I'm 85, right? So I had a big transformation as well for my body. And I think that reflects the business as well.
It's
right?
improving in life.
Exactly, just improving a life. Ultimately, my goal with all my, agency, business, and all of that is to give back, right, to my parents. Like, take care of my family. That's the first thing for me. I'm Italian, right? Traditional
You're
Italian,
bro.
Sicilian
Everybody
family,
gotta go to Italy.
right?
It's Italy.
Sicilian family.
It's fucking amazing there.
Family is the most important for Italians,
Family,
So,
yeah, I know that.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
absolutely right.
So that's kind of my goal for now. Get to a point where everything is automated, and then go and like take other people and change their lives.
Exactly.
Right, and that's kind of the goal for me.
It's an ecosystem you build, right? I help you, right?
Yeah.
You've joined my program. We work together. You join my one-on-one. All these guys here do. You guys replicate that process for other people. These guys replicate that. You build an
Exactly.
ecosystem. Leverage is being created by understanding, okay, how do you connect all the components, all the information, all the value that you have together,
Yeah.
and then understanding how to operate based on that.
Yep.
Because a lot of people have knowledge, people have information, people are scared to take action, most of the people.
Exactly.
And at that point, you will be able to get
I mean, I remember
get
my-
the right help from the right person.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I remember my first cold call, right?
Yeah.
I think we were all scared as fuck.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But the thing is, once you get over it, it starts becoming easier.
Even when we started, you were in a call. You didn't close the first call.
No,
You were
no.
Like, yo, this guy who's this. I'm kind of scared.
I'm
And
hard
you said,
closed.
Nick, let's fucking do it. Let's start. Let's
Yeah.
kill this
Second
shit.
call was like, all right.
Now this guy's making 20K.
Send me
What
the
would
fucking
you-
payment link.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, true. I remember.
Yeah.
What would you say to people watching this video right now that are potentially willing to work with me? What would you say to these people?
What I would say to these people is, if, of course, you don't know Nick yet, go watch his content. Go watch his YouTube content. Go look at his Instagram, because obviously you're gonna find a lot of valuable stuff in there. Obviously, hit Nick up and see how he can help you, and if he can help you, and just go from there. Right? There's a lot to learn, a lot to do. One thing that I want to say, if you're not ready to actually take the things that Nick has and implement them and apply them, there's no need for you to apply to work with Nick, right? But if you are ready, and if you actually want to get to that level where you're making 20, 30, 40K per month, and you can take nice vacations, you can be in Greece on a random...
You want to fucking win in life?
Yeah, you can
Just
be
book
in...
a call. Like, don't be a dumbass.
In a $5 million villa on a random, what is
5
it?
million. I think it's like 8, 9, bro.
I don't know.
What is this shit? Like
It
5.
is a huge house, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want to be in Greece and, a $5 million villa on a random
Booking a call.
Wednesday, right?
Is it a?
Tuesday,
It's Wednesday.
on a random Wednesday, then
Time is
go ahead,
important.
book a call, see if Nick can help you, and then take those things and apply them right away, right? Don't be scared of taking action. But if something does happen, you're getting better, you're making money, and you're actually building the life that you want for yourself. So yeah, fucking take action.
I think that was a good speech, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate the time
Appreciate you, man.
that you took to be here today. Do you have any last advice for the people that are watching right now that you would say, okay, this is something that I did in the last couple months, either working with me, either yourself, either outside of business, that changed my life?
I think the main thing, and that's a very good point, by the way, I think the main thing is get rid, and I'm not a saint, like I do struggle with this to this day, but get rid of all the stuff that you know because most people, bro, people know.
People know
right?
everything.
People
Fuck you.
know what's keeping them from achieving results.
They just don't have accountability, don't have
Exactly,
communication, they don't have the right
exactly.
people looking over their shoulder saying, fuck you, you don't need to do this, you need to do
Exactly.
something different.
And they probably have the wrong proximity, right?
Yes.
They're hanging out with the same friends, they're always drinking or smoking, whatever.
wrong people.
Right? So what I would say is, you know what's keeping you from achieving results. So get rid of that and start surrounding yourself.
Sorry, that was a mosquito. Sorry, go
There
ahead.
you go. And so get rid of that and start surrounding yourself with the right people. If you don't have the right people in your city, that's it. Surround yourself with the right content. Right?
Exactly.
You can always look at things online. And that's something that,
Absolutely.
Gary Vee used to say as well. Right? If there's no positivity around you, put positivity in your ears, right?
Absolutely.
Through your, headphones.
That's a good
whatever.
point. That's a good point. You're
And
net broke.
at that point, when you have that, just work, man. Just, wake up, do the things that are going to
Focus
bring
on
you
the
closer.
output, and the input will focus on the input, and the output will be there.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you took the time to be here, and
My pleasure.
it's gonna be sick in the upcoming months.